Over my career in business, a lot of things have come across my plate. A lot of decisions had to be made. I was forced to make a lot of choices about the actions that were in front of me. And a lot of those times, those actions prevailed and success was seen. And other times, the decision I made maybe fumbled. The results didn't produce what I thought would be achieved. But the reality is, a lot of times when you make decisions, you're really just making a step forward. And as we move forward, we can continue to make a decision to go left, make a decision to go right. And over a series of decisions, we find ourselves going down a path. Make all left turns, you might find yourself back where you started. You make a left, a right, a left, a right, a right, right, left, you might find yourself mastering Tetris. The goal here, though, is to talk about the importance of a decision journal. If you ever read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, he talks about a decision journal and how by not only making a decision and journaling about that decision, not only helps you inform you on the process and how that decision is kind of like paying its way over time, but it helps you educate yourself on what the next decision would be. When I read that book, I thought about my life and all the decisions I made. I thought about the ones that were successful, the ones that failed. I thought about the ones that impacted my employees and the community and how they benefited me and how they didn't benefit me. And I started to ask myself, well, as I'm going through this journaling process, I'm recognizing that some of these things were not a part of my conversation with myself or my peers or leadership team when that decision was made. And that's where the decision journal came in. We built this decision journal. It works on e-ink products like the reMarkable, which we're showcasing today. It also works in OneNote, GoodNotes. So if you have an iPad, Windows product, an Android device, go ahead. We include all the variations in one purchase so that you can choose which platform is best for you. And today I'm going to show it on the reMarkable and show you how you can use it. So one of the very first pages you're going to see in this decision journal is the decision board. It's an area, kind of like a second brain. It's a capture space where I want you to kind of decompress your thoughts, write down in notes that you have without taking any action. I just want you to think about what is the decision, what might come of it, and think through the process. Then I want you to come through and tell me, what is the decision? Explain the purpose, why you needed to make a decision in the first place, and any context, background about the nature of this decision. And that's really helpful, especially if you have to present this idea to somebody else. Then I want you to take a moment and say, whom does this impact, mentally and physically? But whom does it also concern? Now, it might be the same party for both. It might be different groups of people. And when you start to think about a decision in terms like that, it kind of helps shape how you move forward. Your idea behind the action steps start to kind of develop and take root in how you might make this decision. And then I want you to go ahead and tell me what your gut has to tell you. What is your intuitive thinking and how might you decide right now to move forward? And then I want you, as the leader, the decision maker, to tell me what is your role, how you're going to hold yourself accountable, and what place do you have in the conversation? And lastly, what is a favorable or possible outcome for this decision? Then I want you to move over here and look at our SWOT. What is the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities and threats that come of this decision? And then from there, as you review all this, I want you to actually make a formed decision. Write that out. I want you to identify measurables and key vitals, KPIs, that help you track the progress of this decision. And then any goals or any challenges that you might be faced as you move forward with the decision. And then what are the next steps? How do you get started? How do you move? And then the next page is a space for you to take notes and journal throughout the year with yourself on how the decision has continued to impact the people, the business, and what the outcome was. Any goals that you want to identify are included in the decision journal. Any challenges that you want to work through are included in Decision Journal. And if you want to learn more about our goal sheet and our challenge breakdown, our boulder breakdown sheets, you can learn about that on our website. What are the strengths and how you're going to utilize them? What adaptations you're going to make and how are you going to move through this process? And then the page that I really like to challenge each and every person to utilize as that decision is starting to make movement through the organization is the decision progress page. After the first week of implementation or making a decision, what happened? What were the results? What changes did you make? After 1 month, what was the arena? What was the space like then? 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. Track this. Show me how the KPIs, how your measurables increased, how you improved. And then I want you to tell me what adaptations you made. I said in the start of the video, when you make a decision, it really just starts a journey. It sets you on a course. And if you stay just on a straight and narrow line, you're going to miss some opportunities. You're not going to get the best from the decision, because as we go through life, there's a circle of the things that we know. And in that circle, there is a segment of the things we know, things we know we don't know. But then the larger piece of that pie is the things we didn't even know we didn't know. Well, as we make decisions and they start to embark and affect the organization, our own lives, that circle of the things that we don't even know that we don't know start to show themselves. They start to come out of the light and they start to walk on your path. And that is where you will start to make adaptations. There will be triggers through the process that'll help you improve on the process, increase more awareness and support for your decision. And I want you to chart that, because through time, you should see these KPIs, your results should increase and become more effective. Lastly, after the year is out, write out any notes, tell me your results, what was the outcome, and let's talk about hindsight. What would you have done differently? What might have you changed? And how was your role defined at the end of the process versus how you thought it would be when you started to make the decision? This decision journal allows you to track your decisions on a quarterly basis. It also has an expanded area for notes. So if you're looking in the coming year to make better decisions, be more involved in the process, be more informed about what things are going to have the best outcome for your business or organization or your own personal life, where might there be threats and opportunities, and where the strengths and weaknesses are in the process, I highly encourage you to jump on our website, go in the description, take a look at the decision journal. And if you have any questions, go ahead in this video and hit the comments. I'll be happy to have a conversation with you. And if you haven't read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, maybe pick that up for yourself as well, because it'll only strengthen the process behind this decision journal. With that being said, if you've learned something from this video, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to hear more content about growing your professional organization and yourself through personal development. And Lord willing, I'll see you guys in the next video.